wanted to record this video because we've had some major retirement and tax legislation that was passed by Congress and signed into law by President Biden right at the end of 2022. This is called Secure Act 2, the Setting Every Community Up for Retirement Act. And again, why it's called 2.0 is because we have had a previous act. Secure Act 1.0 came into being in 2019, and again, it was an absolute game changer for retirement planning and for all of you that are accumulating money in pre-tax accounts like 401ks and IRAs, because Secure Act 1 eliminated one of the major provisions allowing people who inherit retirement assets. Previously, they had what we would call lifetime stretch, but now those funds in IRAs must be taken out within 10 years. Secure Act 2 didn't have any massive changes like this individually did for all of us in Secure Act 1, but it does have some major things. As you'll see on your screen, required minimum distributions did change from age 72. Again, Secure Act 1 changed it from 70.5 to 72, but now Secure Act 2.0 required minimum distributions starting this year, 2023, is age 73. And of course, by 2033, this is going to go all the way up to age 75. Another thing that I'm a big fan of is they reduced the penalty for missing a required minimum distribution. It has been 50%. It was one of the most extreme penalties in the entire tax code. So for example, if you had a $40,000 required minimum distribution and accidentally missed it, you would have had a $20,000 tax penalty on top of taking the $40,000 of taxable required distributions. Congress decided to cut that number in half. It's now going to be 25%, and if you are quick in acting, acknowledging that you missed it, this could even be reduced down to a 10%. One of my favorite provisions of the new law is Roth 401k matching. If you're still working and contributing to a retirement account and you want to juice up that tax-free money that you've traditionally had put in your 401k, the pre-tax opportunity for you and now for your company to put that match in certainly is a way to enhance that portion of your retirement. But do remember, you're going to have to pay income tax if the employer match goes into the after-tax 401k Roth that gross tax deferred, and eventually you'll be able to take out tax-free. The next one is a qualified longevity annuity contract. This is for somebody who really feels, I have a lot of longevity in my family. I think I potentially could live a long life, and I sure don't want to run out of money. Well, you can take a chunk of your retirement account and put it into a longevity annuity. Used to be that $145,000 was the max that you could move into these QLAC contracts, but now that's gone up to $200,000 or 25% of your balance in your account, whichever one applies to you. Now, this is a good way to have income in later life. Any individual over 60 and under 64, so again, this would be those folks who are 60 to 63, coming up in 2025, you're going to be able to really leverage some of these catch-up contributions. So let's just take a look at a 62-year-old. This year, 2023, the maximum amount that could be put in is $22,500 into your defined contribution plan, but because you're over 50, you could contribute an additional $7,500 as a catch-up contribution. But when 2025 rolls around, you can even put in more because it says, or 150% of the regular contribution. Well, that, if it were this year, 3,750 added to the 7,500 catch-up provision would really give you more than 10,000. So your maximum contribution for this year could be $30,750. This is significant because, again, I think Congress is recognizing we've not saved enough for retirement and we're living longer. So they're trying to figure out ways to help us all plan for our retirement. The other thing, which is long overdue, is that folks who took out 529 plans for their children or grandchildren 15 years ago or more, and possibly now those children have graduated from college, there's still money in the account. Well, here's the good news. You can roll that excess 529 plan money into a Roth IRA. However, you must remember that you've got to do it within the scope of what you can do per year. So this year, for those under 50, $6,500 would be the amount that you could roll from that old 529 into a Roth for the same beneficiary, meaning it's probably your child or grandchild. But over a few years, you could move all of that money up to $35,000 per beneficiary into a Roth. What a great start for a young person, knowing that Roths are good money. Eventually, they'll be able to take that money out income tax free. It also set up the opportunity for those of you who are self-employed. You've always been able to defer taxes and create an easy to administer retirement plan, either a SEP or a simple, but now we can have a Roth option within those plans as well. Great opportunity here. How about an IRA charitable rollover? For our clients that are 70 and a half and older and charitably inclined, we've been able to do a qualified charitable distribution, QCD, and we've used those quite frequently. But now we can actually do a rollover of $50,000 into, let's say, a charitable gift annuity or charitable remainder trust. Maybe you're a 5% income beneficiary on that. Well, that would mean that you could get out $2,500 per year over either a period of years or possibly lifetime. And then at the balance of either the period of time or at your death, the balance of the money would go to charity. Another good provision. These are some of the big changes that came out of Secure Act 2.0. If you have any questions, we'd sure appreciate it if you'd reach out to myself or any of us here at Prosperity Partners. We can talk about how these changes impact your financial circumstances. Thank you, and may the Secure Act 2.0 benefit you.